Guys, you want to help me out? Thank you, Aerosmith. Yes! That's right, folks. I'm finally back. I was considering jumping right into character here and spinning a fantastical fictional tale involving time travel and magic gone awry to explain my absence, but instead, I thought you patient folks deserved a straight-up explanation instead, so here we go. For those that didn't see my posts on Minds, 3 weeks ago, there were some major storms in this area that just royally screwed things up for thousands of people. Peak power outages were in the tens of thousands. Lines snapped, poles broken off, trees aplenty down all over the area. Took them over a week to cut those numbers down to a few thousand, and in my case, even longer, because not only did the neighbor's tree fall on the lines going to my house, but when the lines yanked, they took part of my house with them. So they couldn't put them back on until I got the house fixed enough for them to do so. Long and rather frustrating story made short here, I finally got power restored to my house on Tuesday, sort of. I mean, there's still some circuits that don't work, so I'm still trying to find an electrician to come out here and figure all that out. I still have to get the cable company out here to rehang that line because it's literally just laying on the garage. My contractor had to order materials to rebuild my back porch, which was totally destroyed, so still waiting on that to be completed. In other words, I still haven't fully recovered, but at least I'm operational again. You know, celebrating the little things. Anyway, while I was away from video creation, I was not completely absent from the internet. If you don't follow me on Minds, get over there and do so. I'm much more active there than anywhere else, really. I know, some folks don't like Minds, but I think it's in large part a matter of expectations. While Minds does have video hosting, it's not really meant to be a YouTube replacement. It's more geared towards a Facebook replacement, so adjust your expectations appropriately. The video hosting there works quite similarly to that of Facebook, and yeah, it's not the best and a little confusing, but that's why I also have VidMe. Minds is much more geared toward posting and blogs and discussion, that kind of thing, which is largely what I use it for. Go take a look and you'll see what I mean. Still needs a bit of tweaking, but Bill Ottman and the team over there are diligently working on it, and hey, at least they'll listen to suggestions. Unlike Facebook, who frankly doesn't really give a fuck what us pesky users think. So it will get better as it continues to develop. Okay, I didn't mean for this to turn into a commercial for Minds. Sorry about that. And no, I'm not sponsored by Minds or being paid anything to say all this. I'm just saying I like it over there and I'm more engaged over there. So for those that want to keep up with me, my opinions, and the occasional random shit talking about stuff, follow me over there. Minds is something I can monitor and engage with while I'm at work. I just can't watch or create videos there for obvious reasons. You know, like I have to work. Okay, now then, something else I was considering while I was sort of away was a bit of a change for this channel. Now, don't panic. If response videos are what you like, then no worries. I do rather enjoy mocking some of the utterly ridiculous crap some of these people say, so I'm not going to stop doing that. But while I was away, it kind of struck me that I do spend a lot of my time reading and commenting on news as well. My feed over at Minds is mostly that kind of thing, so I thought perhaps we should sort of branch out a bit and bring that stuff onto this channel as well. Now, I'm not talking quite as in-depth as someone like Sargon or Dave Cullen because, frankly, I don't have that kind of time to devote to this. I have a job, so I can't make this my job and devote as much time to it as they do. But I do think we need to remind ourselves that feminism and social justice aren't just quirky and ridiculous videos on YouTube. These ideologies stretch far and wide into society and have some very detrimental real-world implications. It doesn't serve us well to ignore that, even if it is a lot of fun mocking the mental midgets who make videos. So I'm thinking maybe a weekly series on that sort of thing with some sort of catchy title, of course, like, I don't know, Toxic Tuesdays or something. I don't know, I'm just spitballing there. Happy to entertain suggestions on that. If you have any, just post them in the comments and let me know if that's something you'd like to see or not. In the meantime, since I haven't really worked out a format or anything for that yet, let's stick with the familiar and have a bit of fun. Bob, give us something fun.
Do you think mansplaining is a real thing?
Oh no, not the vacuous harpy from Mike again. Yes, I know I said something fun, but... Well, you got a point. They are lolcows. Okay, let's see if we can milk a few more laughs out of this really stupid shit.
Mansplaining?
Man what? Plaining?
Like explaining manhood? Or manscaping? Or what is that?
This is what happens when you step outside your bubble and start spewing made-up jargon. No one knows what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh, you're talking about men wanting or liking to explain everything like that.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Hey, you finally found one. Congratulations.
I knew what mansplaining was, and I was pretty certain they knew it too.
Well, obviously they didn't. You know, now I'm curious. How many more men did you ask that just got cut out of the video because you were starting to look really, really stupid?
I just had to get them talking long enough to prove it. Do you ever interrupt people when they're trying to tell an anecdote or something like that?
Not at all.
You never interrupt people?
No.
Wait. Hold the fuck on here. The old bait and switch doesn't work on me, Toots. That's not mansplaining at all. You've jumped to a new buzzword, man-terrupting. While that may be an equally stupid word, they aren't the same thing, even if I grant you the made-up feminist bullshit definitions for these things. You know, come to think of it, you did this shit last time too. You can't keep your own script straight, can you?
I don't do that myself, so I haven't seen that in my workplace at all.
Oh.
So.
Ha! Strike two! This is really not going well for your narrative, hun. Let me help you out. When you're making propaganda to convince people that your narrative of a widespread and universal problem is true, you leave out the parts that prove you're wrong. Watch the other feminist YouTubers for some tips. Some of them are pretty damn good at it.
Well, I don't ever do that. I've learned to keep quiet, so my opinions stay here and don't reach this part.
I've given up, so I'm just along for the ride nowadays.
Now, it
I used to
doesn't...
drive the bus, but now I'm just a passenger.
Well, you sort of found one. I mean, he sort of man-terrupted you. After you didn't let him finish talking, of course. Which I might call femterrupting, except, of course, it's stupid to make up a new word and assume it's a universally female trait just because I saw you do it once.
Okay, he wouldn't let her speak, but I felt that the tiny woman was trying to communicate with me. So I followed her wordless directions and started talking to women.
Yes! Now you're getting it. Men aren't helping prove your narrative, so fuck them. Just talk to women. Much more likely to get the answers you're looking for.
Have you ever been interrupted by a guy?
All the time.
So you move over to asking women and still didn't go back to the original subject of mansplaining, huh?
Where do you get interrupted the most? Like at work or when you're in conversation with friends?
By my husband mostly. He can't help it. I think it's stronger than his will.
Okay, look. First of all, it obviously isn't, because he's sitting over there letting you bitch about him to a total stranger without saying a word. If ever there was a time to interrupt you, it'd be now. Secondly, I'm just going to explain this whole interrupting thing for you right now. Statistics show men talk a whole lot less than women. Why? Because we're more direct. We just get to the fucking point. Now, we're used to the way women talk, and we've adapted. We listen long enough to hear the point you're making and filter out all the So, when we hear the point is fucking wrong, there's no need to listen to the rest of your psychobabble. We already know you're wrong no matter how much you add. We cut you off because we're saving ourselves the time it's going to take to listen to you try to obfuscate the point with fluffy language in the hopes that we'll forget that you're still fucking wrong.
In my family, most of the time, my dad maybe interrupts me and says, no, this is not right. And I'm like, it is. This is like a man thing you have in your head.
Did you catch the Freudian slip? Let's play it one more time and see if you can hear it.
My dad maybe interrupts me and says, no, this is not right. And I'm like, it is. This is like a man thing you have in your head.
Yep, being wrong is a man thing. The sad thing is, I'll just bet she doesn't even realize that's what she just said.
It made me wonder, what was this man thing inside their heads? I wanted to crack one open like an egg, but my producer, who is a man, told me no.
Let me answer that for you this way.
How do you write women so well?
I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
I think that sometimes when a man just knows he's right, he's right.
And when a man knows he's wrong, he knows that a woman will be along shortly to rub his nose in it and never let him forget it.
I mean, maybe sometimes women talk for too long. That's it.
Talk for too long?
I mean,
Oh, look! More femterrupting.
we can kind of explain the same thing, but twice as fast.
See? I wasn't kidding earlier. More direct, less fluff.
I don't necessarily think men interrupt women, but I think sometimes in conversation you have to interrupt certain people.
Exactly. It's not a man versus woman thing, it's a people thing. Men and women both do it, because, at the end of the day, both genders have impolite assholes.
I think it depends on the type of man you are. I've never really felt that men interrupt women. I actually feel women interrupt men.
Oh, shit. There's another one destroying your narrative. And this time, it's a woman. Damn, that's gotta hurt.
Had he given her his man thing?
Well, if by man thing you mean common fucking sense, then yeah, looks like it.
So what do you think is going to happen to me when I go home with him now?
Seriously? Look at him. He's old and disinterested. He's not even listening to you anymore because he knows you're full of shit and this is just girl talk to make yourself feel better. What's going to happen when you go home? Nothing. I mean that. Nothing at all. He's going to completely ignore you until you start pestering him about what's wrong, what are you thinking, etc., etc., etc. You know the drill. Pester the ever-loving shit out of him with questions until he's forced to go to the bathroom just to escape your incessant nagging for a few minutes. You know, just like the rest of us.
He'll correct you and tell you actually how he doesn't interrupt you. Yeah.
I can deal with that.
I was scared for her. I hope she's okay.
She's fine, you fucking drama queen. That man doesn't give two shits what you've been talking about. In fact, he's probably happy as a pig in shit because you're keeping her from pestering him for a few minutes. It's like fucking Christmas for that guy right now.
I thought that naming this phenomena would allow us to see it more clearly, but the denial was deafening.
Maybe they didn't talk to you about mansplaining because you asked them about manterrupting instead. You know, generally speaking, strangers aren't going to talk to you about a subject you didn't ask them about.
I reflected upon the practices of the little woman. Speak softly and carry a big balloon.
All that talking, all those adults you bothered, and the life lesson you choose to take away from all of this is from a toddler. Why am I not surprised? Okay, folks, that's it for this time. Remember to comment down below about the new series. Let me know if that's something you'd like to see, or if you hate the idea, and feel free to suggest names for it too if you like. If it's something you guys are interested in, great. I don't know exactly when I'll start doing it, but I'll sit down and see if I can iron out a workable and hopefully entertaining format. Thanks for hanging around during my unplanned absence, and I'll see you all next time.